For the past 5 years, I've done a ton of research on how people organize themselves. And along the way, I found a few key things that not only keep you sane from day to day, they also give you more free time and more creativity. Over the course of this short 5-minute video, I'll teach you 3 key concepts that will change your life. Let's talk about calendars. Calendars are a beautiful tool that we all use on a daily basis. However, most of us use it ineffectively. It's not a to-do list. On your calendar, you should have everything that's going on that might affect you. That doesn't mean you're actually going to do it. It just means that at that moment in space and time, these things are going on. If you set your calendar up this way, you might have John's birthday party, scheduled for 7 o'clock. This doesn't mean that you're committed and that the fate of the universe is depending on you being at that party. This means that at about 6 o'clock, you're going to have the wonderful option of choosing whether or not you're going to go. And you're going to make this choice based on a few things. Obviously, you're going to make this choice based on the fact of whether or not you promised anyone else you were going to be there. And then, after that, you have your energy level, whether or not you feel like going to a party, and whatever else is going on at the exact same time. If you don't have it listed, you won't even have the option. Let's take work for an example. At 8 a.m., your job is on your calendar. Even with this one, you have a choice on a day-to-day basis. You can choose whether or not you are going to show up. Now, there are benefits and consequences to every choice. If you choose to go, your boss and your clients are going to be very happy with you. You'll probably make some money. However, you might be a little tired at the end of the day. If you make the choice to call in sick, you'll have the whole day to yourself. You might feel better for the next day. You will, undoubtedly, disappoint a few people. Consequences and benefit. It is a choice, each and every day. And if you're going to have a baby that day, trust me, you're not going to go into work. You're going to go make a choice to do something more important. Let's shift gears. At any given moment, there are about 7 things on your mind. This is just the way our short-term memory works. This is why they made phone numbers 7 digits long. It really is impossible to have 20 things on your mind at any given moment. This is why we, as a species, invented lists. Take a moment and pause this video. Write down everything on your mind. Whatever comes out, comes out. Don't judge, don't make plans to do any of them. Just get them down on paper. Now you're going to feel great about this for about 2.5 minutes. Then, you're going to start to panic. That's where the next step comes into play. First thing you're going to want to do is find anything that has a definite time and place and put it in your calendar. You now have the option to do it when that time rolls around. Next, find the things that absolutely positively need to be done within 24 hours. Put those in your calendar. You probably have a few things left on your list. These are things that need to be done in the next few weeks, months, and years. Go through them and find out if there's a major theme or category to any of them. If any of these two belong in the same category, put them in together. You'll notice that these themes or categories are things you really do care about. They're on your mind. That's why they're there. Because these things are so important to you, it might be a good idea to make a nice, neat little list and put them up somewhere you'll see them every day. Hold on, we're not done yet. If we stop here, we're going to be very disappointed in ourselves in just a few days. The next thing we're going to want to do is figure out an action step to each of these. A realistic thing that we can do to take a real bite out of each of these goals. So for example, I have in my category of family, send my mother flowers. The overall goal here is to have a better family life. The action step is to send my mother flowers, which will contribute to my overall goal. Choose the next action statement for all your themes or categories or goals or whatever you want to call them. Now is the time to choose all your action statements that have a definite time and place to them and to put them into your calendar. Then, you may have a few that need to be done in the next few weeks. Do them today or tomorrow. Do them in the next available calendar slot. Because, why not? Why wouldn't you want to spend your whole life working on your goals? Let's shift gears one more time. Some of us have a problem with bouncing from one task to another. I know I do. This is because our brain actually has a thing in it that separates certain kinds of thoughts. Like, you don't want to be thinking about hunting when you're working, and you don't want to be thinking about working when you're hunting. So we naturally separate these things. We do these things on purpose because it's very useful to have our full attention on what we're doing now. If you're at work and you suddenly remember that you have to buy eggs, you should have a list somewhere that relates to you buying eggs. Then, you write it down, and immediately you're able to shut it out of your brain and focus on work again. Let's review. 1. Calendars exist so that you know what is going on and when, not so that you're obligated to do everything on them. 2. Your brain can only concentrate on so many things at a time. So set yourself up with reminders that you trust, so that you can deal with something when it's the most effective to deal with it. 3. We are limited by the fact that we can only deal with certain things at certain times and certain places. It is more effective to set ourselves up with the information we need when, and only when, we need that information, so we don't have to think about it when there's nothing we can do about it. Well, it's been great. I hope you enjoyed this video. More importantly, I hope you learned something. I would like to give a big thank you to David Allen for his book, Getting Things Done. You can find more information at creatingliberty.com. My name is Evan Knight, and I'll see you next time at creatingliberty.com.